Hello there, and welcome to the Self-Improvement Project, where I have almost 300 episodes, mainly monologue form, all around our own self-improvement. Self-improvement with how we live, our habits, our mindset, and everything in between. But ultimately, the goal is to live a good life. So, enjoy today's episode. Enjoy looking back at all of the other episodes that entail simple living, a positive mindset, and allow it to open your mind to the possibilities of improving your life. Enjoy. Good morning, folks. I hope you are well. It might be the afternoon by the time that you listen to this, but I always record these in the morning when my mind is fresh, when my head is clear. And if you've been listening to some of the morning episodes as well, you might hear some of the birds this morning as well, which will be quite nice. I believe today, accumulatively of all of the episodes I've done, including the subscription ones, this is the 275th podcast episode. I've been at this for just under 3.5 years now, every week. Some weeks there are more episodes than others, but there is a bank now. There's a bank of 275 episodes of self-improvement thoughts, considering that about 99% of them are monologue version as well. So I hope you are happy about that. I wonder if you've managed to listen to all of them. But today, everything that I want to talk about evolves through a ripple effect. Recently, I've been talking about doing great things quietly, being known for being great at things is like a golden ticket in life. It's the thing that everybody wants, but they don't know how to get. It's accessible to everybody, and nobody knows what they want to know, what they want to be known for, what they want to be great at. It's unclear. A lot of guidance comes from external sources because we don't know how to do the inner work that helps us reach there or helps us get to that point. Even just alluding back to the start of this episode, 3.5 years of work for this podcast has all been inner work. Is there an outcome? No. Is there peace? Yes. Is there excitement about the journey going forward? Yes. And we need to find those things within ourselves. What are the things that you want to become great at quietly? I was talking with a friend last night around this topic, and there's this idea that comes to mind about the ripple effect. You could take any random topic right now, let's say nutrition. And when you think of nutrition, you probably think of someone. It might be a chef that you have their cookbook and you enjoy cooking their dishes. Or you could take another topic, such as running. And there's probably someone that you admire in that field that you follow because you enjoy their information and understanding about running. And it helps you. It helps you understand how you can use it for yourself and all these things that come with it. And this is this ripple effect. Being quietly known for doing something great. And we all have that potential. We all have that opportunity to master things that interest us, but we have to do the journey of inner work to realize what that is. A lot of the time, the things are not, they're not the things we expect. We think it's something, and then we hit potentially a fork in the road, or a barrier, or an obstacle that is testing us. It's testing to see how much we want it, what direction we want to go in, how much we want, what is at the end of that path. But this is part of the process. This is part of the journey that we need to understand. The worst game you can play is not playing. When it comes to mastery, opportunity, pursuing what matters to you, that is part of the joy of life. When you don't play that game, life's not as good. And the beautiful thing about it as well is that you get to choose how you play. This is your game. You can choose how often you turn up. You can choose the discipline behind it. You can choose the intensity that you want to work at. And obviously all of these different variables come with different rewards or lack of rewards. But you get to play. If you choose not to play, you are removing opportunities of joy from your life. A reason that people don't play is self-doubt. They don't want to be seen as not being good enough. There's that unspoken element of what will other people think? What are other people's opinions? The comparison to others that maybe do something similar. You think I'll never be that good? Well, of course you won't if you don't play. This idea about not being good enough holds us back way more than we think. It is potentially the subconscious messages that we send ourselves. Do you ever find yourself saying a phrase that's negative, but again, your mind doesn't know what's negative and what's not negative? So when you say this repetitively, you start to believe it. So you start to believe that you're not good enough, that you're never going to be good enough. And if you keep saying those things, you're removing the joy. You're removing the opportunity for joy. And for what reason? It's all arbitrary. The beautiful thing about this as well is that you can play your own game. You find your own way. You find your own style. One of the best things about life is the individuals that exist within it. Think of musicians or comedians. They are all individually and uniquely great at what they do. They are not put off because someone else writes songs or tells jokes. They do it their own way because they're playing their own game. And they're not special. They're just committing to playing the game. They're just committing to removing any self-doubt and knowing that a lot of joy from life, or a lot of joy of life, comes from these things, comes from pursuing those things, pursuing the unknown, and knowing that they've turned up to play, and whatever comes of that is positive, as long as they're happy with it. Happy with the environment, the peers, how they feel, how they're energized. So my challenge to you is, what game do you want to play? Or maybe more urgently, what game are you not playing right now that you should be? I talk in my letters about time in life? It completely depends on the perception of things. Yes, I've done this for 3.5 years. That feels like a long time, but at the same time, it feels like nothing. You talk about decades and you think decades are a really long time. But when you work, time flies. Years go by. I'm recording this in September. I can't believe that we're coming up to the last part of the year. If you're choosing not to play, you're wasting time in life. When you find your own way and you find your own games to play, this is what brings you inner peace. This is what brings you that relentless self-belief around you're living life the way that you want to. Yes, there's always going to be pain points, but you're turning up and playing the way that you want. It's that ultimate internal agreement that you're living the life that is true to you. My ultimate regret would be looking back in life feeling I didn't live a life that was true to me. And I'm not encouraging you to be loud here. I'm not telling you that you have to tell the world about everything that you do. There will be moments to proudly share those things and have that self-belief of if someone asks you about it, just be completely full of love for what you're pursuing. But by not being loud is not saying not to do it. You have to do it. Whatever this thing is that you need to pursue, even if you're not 100% sure about it, by doing that thing is going to lead you to further things. If you've listened to these episodes previous, I've shared stories around this isn't the first project I've done. I've done other things before, knowing full well that it might not be the thing, but you learn so much from it, and you become more whole as a person, as an individual, with your identity. So I'm going to wrap there, guys. I'm going to close. I want you to think on that. What is this thing that you should become great at, be quietly known for in life that allows you to live a life that's true to you? I hope that has provoked some thought this morning or today for you. As always, if you fancy more, I do the morning episodes for the subscribers 2 or 3 times a week. Otherwise, guys, like I say, there's probably another 274 episodes to go and explore if you enjoyed that. And to the next 275. Thank you so much, guys. And I will see you all next time. Cheers. Hey, guys. Me again. I hope you enjoyed that episode. And if you're not ready for the Becoming Unstuck in 30 Days self-led course quite yet, why don't you try my free ebook I created? 5 simple steps to improve yourself and your life. I made this during the very first lockdown of the pandemic in the early days of the Self-Improvement Project. It's a quick go-to when you're feeling unsure what to work on when improving yourself or your lifestyle. And the great starting point if you're trying to figure out how to live a more fulfilling and simple life. The link for this will be in the show notes for you. Have a good one.